Hey everybody, welcome back. Um, see how today's goes. We're gonna try and finish the house up a little more. And I don't know if I want to build a farm or if I want to get some resources. So we might do a little bit of both. Chest real quick. I guess I do need to get more wood too. Uh, so we can get this good to go. Actually, I think this is probably a good idea to bring mining. Anyways, yeah, there we go. Music's a little loud. Sorry, give me a moment. I think it'll be good. Um, I don't know what I want to talk about today, so we'll kind of see how it goes. But we'll see. Get spruce, I guess, do that now. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind, because I don't have a bed. Ooh. Okay. It's gonna take a minute. We're gonna have to wait. Let's make some shears so we can get some wool and make a bed soon. Well, I've been rewatching Vinland Saga some. I mean, I've been rewatching a lot of shows lately, just because I feel like it. Truthfully, um, I freaking love Vinland Saga. It's so good. I don't understand how people don't like Vinland Saga. Um, you know, if you guys aren't into anime, this isn't really gonna matter much, but it's just so well animated, but also, it's one of the better stories I've ever seen. Um, a little bit back. Um, I just think it's really, uh, it's a thought experiment, I guess. Um, the kind of, oh no, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh get me away from them. I just think it's really interesting to kind of take, the theory behind the um, so I can make some charcoal for torches. I guess it's fine. Um, that kind of theory of I'm gonna take, this extremely violent time. Second. So, um, to kind of take that violent time and make a story about peace is just extremely interesting to me. Um, and then it just ends up being, one of these amazing shows about kind of how far people are willing to go for their freedom and for their peace. Um, and I just find it really interesting. Like, really, I just enjoy it a lot. I think it's a very interesting show. Um, and it makes me think a lot. Here we go, here's some food. Um, I don't know, there's a lot of themes I like that it's not it's not explicitly Christian, but it does kind of steal these ideas. Thorfinn is pretty much inspired by Christianity. Um, and I think that's one of my favorite scenes in season two, when Snake is reading to the old man, Einar, or whatever his name was. I can't remember. It's not Einar, but something like that. Um, Literally just reading the book of Matthew to him. And I just thought it was really interesting that, I don't know, not that they're willing to do that, because I don't think it's particularly controversial to talk about Christianity. Um, but I just thought it was really interesting to kind of make that the thesis behind the story. Let's just do some mining for now, I think. I need to get some food in a bad way. Let's see if I can't start a farm first, actually. Um, I don't know. I just think it's such a good show, and I really enjoy these kind of shows that um, they want to say something. Like it's not just a story about characters so much as it's this kind of thesis behind a worldview, and I just find it so interesting. Like just I really love considering other people's worldviews, and I just think it's awesome. Like I really do. Um, just find it interesting to think about how other people view things. Where is there any just regular grass? I'm just looking for seeds. So I'll do it the long way. Uh, okay, I guess. Where's the, where's the rain? It's a start, I guess. Um, Anyways, I don't know. I just think it's, kind of our responsibility as people to, I don't know that listen to other people is what I'm really meaning here, but to, it's kind of our responsibility to learn from others and, um, consider them. I think the more, sources you get your information from, the more, ooh, copper, the more valuable, I guess, your uh, mind becomes. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, really, but, the more sources that you consider, the more, I guess, likely that you're able to come away with the right conclusions, which there's not always a right conclusion, so it's not like, this isn't the end all be all of anything. Um, but it's just really interesting. Um, I'm prone to, I need a few sources of information before I will come to one conclusion. And it sucked when I was growing up because I, my parents would tell me, hey, you shouldn't do this, and I would be like, okay, why though? And so I'm very prone to, finding things out for myself, and that's not always great. And I got myself in a lot of trouble growing up, because I just kind of had this innate need to figure stuff out on my own, which is a good thing. grateful for that, but it definitely caused a lot of strife in my life, just because of the nature of it. Like I just, um, you know, you have to find things out yourself. You're bound to make some mistakes, and it's not always easy to recover from mistakes. Um, and that's kind of, just something that is part of who I am. I make a lot of mistakes because oh God, I make a lot of mistakes, and I'm grateful. I've learned a lot. Anyways, I just think it's important to, consider a lot of sources when you're really doing anything. I mean, it's, originally this was just a discussion about media, which I'm a big fan of, and I still am. I watch a lot of shows and stuff like that, or it's for fun for sure. But a lot of kind of the convictions I have in life have come from TV shows, and I don't know if that should be embarrassing to admit or not. Um, but I've had a lot of things in my life that have been made more valuable to me. Oh, nice bow. That have been made more valuable to me because I was able to kind of see a more nuanced opinion than I have. And that's just kind of something I think is important. That I think we're missing a lot of because we all just watch TikTok now. Missing a lot of good. Watching just a lot of good stuff in life because our attention spans are cooked and we can't really devote time to media. And it's just sad to me. I'm part of it too. I'm not just sit here on my high horse or anything like that because I spend way too much time on TikTok every day. But I'm working on it. I have a hard time with it just because I don't have a lot of downtime in the day, but I have this kind of feeling like when I have downtime, I just want to be on TikTok, and I'm working hard to not do that. Like it's um, kind of intentionally doing other things with my time at this point. And so I play games and I read. I'm starting to read again, but a lot of that time I do spend. I watch movies and stuff, and I really try and I do watch fun stuff just for fun as well, but a lot of my issues are attention span issues, and so I do kind of try and watch things that'll challenge my attention span, and just my kind of willingness to hold on to things. So I've just been watching stuff like that lately. I watched The Seven Samurai, the Akira Kurosawa film last week. It's freaking amazing, by the way. You should watch it if you haven't. It's it's kind of the prototype of every team-up movie you've ever seen. The influences that have come from Akira Kurosawa are just like, it's crazy to me that we're kind of only just now starting to get into Japanese culture being quote unquote mainstream, because the influence from Japanese media on American media is like truly insane. Um, it's stuff that you wouldn't even notice if you aren't fans of the Japanese media. But um, stuff like the Akira slide and the influence of Akira Kurosawa, it's just crazy. Like it's everywhere. Like we don't have Star Wars without Kurosawa, and there's all this media that we just don't get without the Japanese influence on our media. Um, I just think that's crazy that it's taken this long for them to get really the recognition they want, because it's just crazy. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, my dog was acting a fool, so I had to stop that. Anyways, I just think we really have been dropping the ball with Japanese media, because there's a lot of really good media out there. Um, and a lot of people miss out on it because they are worried. That's probably enough copper for now. Because they hate that it's in another language, or that they can't, hear it. And I get that, I do. Um, it's hard to watch subbed content. Um, Sometimes I don't. It's fine for me when I'm just sitting around not doing anything, but like when I'm working, it's almost impossible to watch subtitled content because I miss, all of it. And um, so I do watch dubbed content as well, and I think there's a place for that. Um, but I just kind of hate that stigma that like it's not worth watching because it's in another language. There's a lot of really good media that you'll miss out on because you're unwilling to watch, subtitled content, and that just sucks. Like I hate it. I mean, I think it's not fair to the author. Um, I don't think it's fair to the author to be like that. Um, I think it's a very American mindset at this point because, most of the other people around the world are multilingual, and so they're kind of used to other languages being around. Um, but it's just kind of weird that I'm not going that way. Maybe it's a Western mindset. I don't really know. Oh, I'm out of food. I gotta go. Torch here, so I remember to come back. I just think it's weird to, not be willing to not understand, but consume other media, I guess, because you have something like that against it, which is just not, it's not entirely fair to the media. Um, where did I come in at? It was up here, yeah. Let's get up there and cook the steak. Ow. Please. Um, anyways, I don't remember really why I got on that tangent, but uh, go watch stuff that's not in your language. It's really good for you, and I mean, yeah, that's all you really need to say is it's good for you. But all that to say, I just think it's really important to watch stuff like Vinland Saga, which can kind of open your mind to other things in the world. I do want to kill the spider. Get some string for a bed, maybe, if I don't see any sheep. Berries are done too. Uh, Anyways, I just think it's interesting. I think we should, be more mindful of other people. It's not a bad thing to be from another country, and I don't know. It's just kind of how I feel. I think we've got enough ore for now. Sorry, the dog's barking again. The dog's not too happy this morning. Um, I just think it's important to, you know, think about others. Really, I do. We are gonna need some more wood, looks like, as well. So we can start with this stuff. It's fine. You haven't noticed, I guess I really do love anime. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I watch a lot of anime. It's not a lot. Like, I really, I've only seen a lot of the, not basic stuff, but, um, like Naruto and Demon Slayer, um, and Vinland Saga and stuff like that. I guess, JoJo's is really one of the more niche ones that I've seen. Um, but it's just kind of it's hard to explain. It's not. It's just different than a lot of the American media that we have. Um, I don't really know how to describe it. That is a lot more about mindsets and um, there's more of an emphasis on kind of that mindset stuff. That's not what I was gonna do. Like there's just not really an emphasis on just the plot, which isn't a bad thing. Um, but a lot of American media, is just kind of doing something to look cool, which is fine. There's a place for that too. And I love stuff like that, so you're not going to hear me complaining at all. Um, but I just think we place a lot less emphasis on trying to say something with our media, which is just kind of sad. We got full set. Just kind of sad that we don't have as much to say. Do you still? Oh, you do. Oh god. Oh god. Um, that will stay unfrozen. The spider. I just think it's interesting. I really do. Their trigger, dude. Ow. Well, I need to make a shield. I forgot that's something you can do in this game now. Okay. Anyways, I don't really know. Um, Sweet. Grab the arrows really quick, actually. Um, I just think it's important to kind of prioritize that. I think, a lot of the best lessons I've learned in life have come from other worldviews, I guess. I don't know that it's really worldviews, um, but just people think differently than me. And I'm confident in who I am and what I am capable of, but I do um, kind of miss out on a lot because, God dang it, there we go. How do you make the shield? Ah, I was close. Dang it. Um, do that. Do that. Let's try and find some more wheat. Um, I just think it's, you know, good for you to consider other people. Or makes it sound stupid, but you know, kind of understanding that other places have different mindsets about everything, and it's good to, kind of consider that and how you consider your life. Because there's not necessarily one way to do everything. There's ways that feel more correct than others, and there's other cultures that feel completely differently, and there's certain cases where it's pretty clear cut if one is right and one is wrong. Um, but in general, it's not clear cut. And that's something I kind of struggle with in my life. I I have trouble with nuance. I don't really know how else to say that. When there's a clear cut right and wrong, I'm great. I have no issues figuring that out. But when I don't have a clear cut right and wrong, I really struggle. Like really, really, really struggle. Because I guess it's decision paralysis, maybe. Because that's all it is, really. At the end of the day, is just making decisions. Um, when there's not really a right and wrong, you just have to choose and stick with it. And I really have a hard time with that because, I spend the rest of my time panicking that I just missed that there was a wrong answer and that I made one. And that's kind of because I'm just going through a rough patch lately in life where it does feel like I'm just making the wrong decision very often. And that's something I'm kind of working through. It's not anything I can do about it really, other than to just keep moving forward. But it's really been a drain on my mental health to, it just feels like everything's gone wrong. And there's not really an end to that in sight right now, unfortunately. Things are fine. It's just, I know there's stuff coming in my life that I'm not looking forward to, and they're gonna be sucky. I've got some family stuff going on, and my dog's getting pretty old. She's almost 20 now, so I know that's coming. Um, and it just sucks. Like, it really does. Because I know it's coming, and it's not going away. Like, there's nothing I can do to make that stop. Um, she's fine right now, but she's slowing down, and it's just sad. Um, I just try and spoil her as much as I can because, you know, she's had a good life. She's been great for me. Um, I just know it's coming, and it's kind of hard to be in that space, because she's fine right now. Like, she's not hurting. She's just old. Um, but it's clear that it's coming at this point. Um, hopefully, make it to Christmas and we can enjoy one last Christmas, but it's coming for sure. Um, so I really hope everything works out with that. I guess it's good for food for now, so we'll probably get these seeds planted and call it for now. Once I get back home, if I can find it. It's awkward. I should have wrote it down apparently. I'll find it quick. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay, we're good. That was close. That was about to be dangerous. I think it's this way. Oh no. Um, so, um, I guess. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay. I guess I'll end the recording here and check where I was, and then next time you guys see me, I'll be back at the house. Um, but thanks for listening. I didn't really have a plan with this. I just kind of started talking and somehow started talking about my dead dog, or not dead dog, but dying dog. So, uh, thanks for watching.